on what? Because I'm ultra, MAGA, mega, nigga, Power Ranger, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Transformer, super duper, expealadocious, boy. Yeah. What was that? What was that Joe Biden was saying? He's going, ultra, MAGA, mega. What is it like? And you don't always, when you call out your enemies, you don't always give them power, but it kind of is giving them power. It's like, ooh, that's my enemy. They're strong. Ooh, I'm scared. Right. It is kind of like calling them out, though. Like, I mean, sometimes it is just informational, you know. As a matter of fact, these are our enemies. But sometimes it does give them too much gravitas. I think that was the Joe Biden's corrupt paranoia. I think he was paranoid. I think a thief is paranoid. I think because they stole the election of 2020, they were paranoid the whole time that they're going to be found out. Because really, somebody honest isn't paranoid, but a corrupt thief is going to be watching his back all the time. So that's the drawback of being a corrupt thief like Joseph R. Biden, is that you always have to look over your shoulder. So Trump had 2 assassination attempts. Yeah, suspiciously. Probably authorized by Bill Gates and Joe Biden and Barack Hussein Obama and Hillary Clinton and the Clintons, Bill Clinton. All right, suspiciously he had 2 assassination attempts, right? Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Oh, Tula going crazy. Are you messing with your potty pad?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Not first time.
Poopy pad.
Fourth time.
Uh-oh.
It's like the 4th time. Mama get mad.
Getting on the poopy pad.
Yep.
Poopy pad.
Oh, thank you. They didn't make me breakfast.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
You're saving my life.
Yeah, no problem. Making that breakfast.
I tried to make a TV dinner and that didn't go with it.
It didn't taste good?
I just felt so sick.
Ah, okay. All right. Ooh,
What are we gonna have? Pancakes and bacon, or are we gonna?
No. We're just gonna have bacon, eggs, and toast or something.
Oh, good. That'll be
Yeah. Or you want hash browns?
No, I want toast.
Okay. All right.
That'll be awesome.
Oh, you want? Yeah.
I made the tea.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's already 1 o'clock. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I've been up since, went to bed at 6 and got up at 9:30.
Oh, crazy. Oh, you haven't taken a nap yet?
No.
Oh, why? Why is she sleeping?
I'm going to.
All right.
Sorry. But now you're making breakfast, so then
Yeah.
I'll take a nap.
Oh, okay. All right. Then.
Yeah, a piece of buttered toast will be awesome.
Okay.
And I put garlic on both sides. Garlic salt.
Okay.
Garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Garlic salt and salt and pepper.
Yay.
On both sides.
I know. Thank you so much. Woo. Okay.
We're gonna have fried eggs.
Yeah.
No, I just want one perfect.
Yeah, I know. Dun, dun, dun. You don't want 2 eggs yet? Okay.
One bacon, one toast, one egg.
All right.
Thank you. Tula.
1 cheeseburger, 1 chip, 1 Pepsi.
One Pepsi.
No, what?
Cheeseburger, Pepsi. No.
1 cheeseburger, 1 Pepsi, 1 chip.
That was funny.
With John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd
Yeah.
at the restaurant.
Yeah.
It was 1 cheeseburger, 1 Pepsi, 1 chip. I think that's how it went, right?
I don't remember.
It was fucking hilarious. That's what back when
I just remember
1975.
cheeseburger. Huh?
1975. That's the last time that Saturday Night Live was funny. 50 years ago. 1 cheeseburger, 1 Pepsi, 1 chip. Yeah, right. Oh, it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Whoa. That's the 50th anniversary of Jaws.
When?
In June.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. What? Martha's Vineyard, yeah. Yeah, I wonder why the Obamas sold their Martha's Vineyard home. Yeah. There was rumors that they were going to get a divorce, but I don't know. I thought they were trying to act like they weren't rich. I mean, I don't know for what reason though. They're getting a Hawaii estate. They're going to live with Jim Carrey and Mick Fleetwood. Yeah. All right, whatever. They're going to live with Steven Tyler. They'll all be in the same neighborhood. Lahaina. Mecca-lecca hi, mecca-lecca hiney ho. Mecca-lecca hi, mecca-lecca hiney ho. Anybody who knows what I'm talking about? You're old. Yeah, like me. Yeah. Pee-wee's Playhouse. Yeah, that was like my favorite show as a kid, you know. It's so creative, you know. So yeah, it was baffling that Paul Rubens jerked off in an adult movie theater. It was kind of baffling because he was a child star. I mean, he was a children's show guy. So that he went to an X-rated movie theater in the early '90s and jerked it. It seemed like if a guy was a multi-millionaire, you could find some ways to get off. You know, you could find a naked girl, you could find some sex. You know, pretty easily probably. Even with women that really don't want to sleep with you, maybe they just do it because they're a rich guy or something like that. You know, it seemed like he could have found some action, but I guess he liked the thrill of being in the nasty theater or something. I don't know. He got some kind of kick out of it, I guess. It's kind of strange, but to me, if you're like, hey, let's go to an X-rated place, I'm like, you know, don't touch the walls kind of things. Like, I don't know who's jizzing or who's farting or who's fucking or who's, you know what I mean? I don't know, there's AIDS and STDs everywhere. I'm kind of like, it's like a biohazard zone to me. No, hey! No! Hey, stop it! Cut the crap. I'm gonna whoop butts. So bad, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Joe Biden. They're still getting Joe Biduki out there? The election stealer in 2020? Yeah. It doesn't matter if all the social media, it doesn't matter if all the print press is owned by the left and all owned by Democrats. Americans will always feel that that election was stolen and rigged. They will never think that it was 120% legitimate. There is nobody on this God's green earth that will think that. And it's only a small percentage of those who do. Now, it's really baffling that somebody so incompetent, so old, was elected in the first place. Now, normally that would never, ever happen. How did one of the most corrupt politicians of all of American history become the president of the United States? Well, I guess he rode the coattails on the half black, half white man from Kenya. He rode the race car to the White House. He became vice president that way. Now, Trump had 2 assassination attempts. Yeah. Cheese? Okay. All right, all right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Coming up. It sounds awesome sauce. Now, I guess 2 people wanted to assassinate Donald Trump, and they failed, thank God. And Thomas Crooks and Ralph, or whatever his name was. Now, why did not anybody try to take out Biden, Joseph R. Biden, Joseph Robinette Biden? I think him being alive was more an embarrassment, so that's why a lot of people didn't try to take him out, that hated his guts and knew he was a corrupt piece of shit. They let him live to watch him wallow in his own dementia, because that was more entertaining to us as Trump voters. So So even right now, people just watch Joe Biden act like a fool and run into walls and shake hands with invisible people because it's like entertaining to us. It's entertaining for a main corrupt enemy to be in such a bad state. Joe Biden gone is a gift to him. But watching him live and limp on year after year, pathetically, corruptly, that's more of a gift to his rival. To watch him pathetically limp on year after year after year. That's more entertaining to us. Now, does anybody want these guys loose, the Menendez brothers? Don't they look like the craziest motherfuckers you've ever seen? Like Beavis and Butthead, but like 60 years old, unleashed on the public. It just seems like, yeah, I have a half brother, but we're not so tight that we would like die together like Robin Hood and Will Scarlet or anything. It's not that. It's not a Cain and Abel relationship either, but Yeah. I mean, don't these look like the most craziest motherfuckers you've ever seen? The Menendez brothers. And you know they fucking did it. You know, as a child abuse survivor myself, I think they're full of shit. You know, there doesn't seem anything genuine about my dad was touching me or anything like that. It seems like all bullshit. It seems like, here's what it seemed like. Eric and Lyle Menendez, it seems that they were upset, you know, about their financial standing. And even though they were in a wealthy neighborhood and lived a privileged life, they seemed upset they didn't have control of the money. And so they concocted a scheme to shoot their parents to death so they can get all the funds. So they thought, well, we get rid of our parents, then, you know, our dad won't get a job or something. Or go to prep school. Or go to Harvard or Yale or whatever. Or go to wherever. Yeah, they're like, oh, our dad won't be so hard on us if, you know, we kill our parents. That's what they thought. They thought, oh, we're just going to kill our parents and then we'll get their $5 million fortune or whatever. And then they're just going to party and then they're going to just be with girls and do whatever they want. That was their idea, right? That they were just going to get laid and paid and have a good time if their parents were dead. Yeah, that was their idea. All right. The amusing part about Joe Biden is that he won't be able to do many View interviews. He has to do all his interviews to try to preserve some kind of, try to tell some lies about his shit legacy. He's got to do that now because he's already, what, 82? Or is he 86 or something? Or how old is it, this guy? Joe Biden doesn't have that much time to make up some story about his shit legacy. So if he wants to save any vestige of his legacy, he's got to get his ass on The View and on David Muir and ABC Dishonesty News and Disney News. They got to do that quick. Because one day Jill or somebody's going to say, hey, Joe, you're too old to go on TV. You're going to stumble your words. You're going to shit your pants. We can't have that. And he's going to be like, oh, okay. One day, they're going to tell him, no, you can't go on. Yeah. Because he's going to shit his pants on live TV again. And his wife and the handlers aren't going to accept that. You got that potty pad? I'm going to whoop a butt. Hey, in the potty pad? Hey. Hey! Oh. I'm gonna get a butt. I told you not to get your potty back. Aw, Tula. Julie. Julie. Why are you getting your potty back? You know that's not good. You eating pee-pee? Should not be doing that, Tula. It's supposed to be healing. Not being a bad butt. Look. Tula, don't play with the potty pad. No. Okay? I love you. You need to be a goodie. No. Tula. Tula. That's stronger than me, Tula. I'm a whoop of butts. Ah. 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 Ooh. Ah. Oh. I'm gonna start whooping butts. Hey! Got the shit. Alright. Y'all better cut the shit. I'm gonna start the hits, bitch. Yeah. Better cut the shit. I'm gonna start the hits, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to eat. Hell yeah. So nobody has tried to assassinate Joe Biden. Is watching him live was more of an embarrassment. The old political saying is why break someone's leg if they're already stumbling? And that's definitely the case with Joe Biden. That's why. You know, you don't beat up the retarded guy down the road because he's funny. Because he's like, "Arr," and people start laughing, okay? It's amusing. As we got the dawn chill. Getting it dawned. Yeah. This here's human level AI, dog. Let me tell you about AI. I'm going to tell you about AI, dog. U.S. fighting to stay ahead in global AI race. What, you think the Chinese with no fucking freedom are going to come out with better AI than fucking America? Yeah, right. When there's no fucking freedom, where you got to go ask the leader of the CCP if you want to take a shit. You think that's really the recipe for fucking the most advanced? Hey, yeah, my supreme leader, can I take a shit? Yeah, do you mind if I take a shit? Oh, well, you know, the Communist Chinese Party has to go through a committee if you want to take a shit. Now, there is a way that the Chinese Communist Party could become dominant in AI. Now, what could that way be? It's the way that Chinese communists have always gotten ahead, stealing Western ideas, stealing American technical plans. That's it. They're not going to invent new methods themselves, not normally anyways. Occasionally, a Chinese man goes rogue and does his own thing. I guess the Chinese communists decide if they're going to kill this creative rogue man or they're going to use him. They're going to take his ideas and steal his shit. Maybe if Xi Jinping is worried that Jack Ma gets a following or he's too popular, maybe he disappears him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Getting my toast on. Toast, 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 toast. Getting pussy like Carl and Joe, Scarlett Johansson in the mansion. Fucking. Scarlett Johansson in the mansion. Fucking. Scarlett Johansson, always enhancing, up in the mansion, touching the titties. Yeah. Touching the titties. Ooh. Yeah, that'd be cool to be calling Joe stuff. Like handsome and rich and shit. And get fucking hot bitches all the time. That'd be fucking tight. Hell yeah. Because we ultra, MAGA, super, Power Ranger, super duper, expealadocious, fragilistic, Mary Poppins popper motherfuckers. Yeah. Oh, I got these. What was it, Joe Biden? He's like, these ultra MAGA, mega, super duper, pooper scoopers out there. Oh, speaking of pooper scoopers, I just took another shit. Oh, did I crap my pants again? Oh, fuck. Joe Biden. Yeah. I know the Democrat left, the CNN, the MSNBC, the Microsoft, Bill Gates of hell, NBC, and NBC, CBS, ABC, CNN. They might throw a 2-week funeral for him because the motherfucker's got to die. All right, so he croaks at the beach, probably, or something, jacking off like usual. All right. Or maybe he's at home watching old episodes of Matlock. Watching old episodes of 1980s Matlock. Maybe little Golden Girls. Watching Little Matlock. A little bit of that Andy Griffith. Opie and shit. So maybe he's watching a little bit of that. A little bit of Clint Eastwood. He's watching a little bit of 1970s Dirty Harry. Make my day, man. I'm a tough man, yeah. He's watching some John Wayne. Oh, hey there, sugar. He's watching that shit. Howdy there, partner. I'm John Wayne. Watching a little bit of that shit. All right. That girl down there now sees a tall drink of water. Shit like that. Joe Biden's watching some, hey bub. Hey bub, make my day. Watching some of that shit. I'm a big tough man. Ooh. Some shit like that. Tell me, do you feel lucky? Now, do you, punk? So Joe Biden's watching that shit. Then he croaks, eats shit, like the old corrupt fucker's gonna do. And then, at his beach house in Delaware, and then the left is gonna go through their highlight reel of Obama, or maybe they'll start in the 70s when he first became senator of Delaware, and then they'll go all the way for the 50 years. And it'll feel like 50 years when you're watching it too. The Joe Biden corruption highlight reel by the Democrat Party. Ooh. And maybe a little bit of that right there. Yeah, let's get. Yeah. I know the value of Bahala, dog. Yeah. And then it's gonna be like, okay, Joe Biden, the left is they're gonna hope that he dies on a Sunday so they can run it the whole fucking week, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday. Then you have to watch. It's 50 years of corruption. If you watch the mainstream fake news media, the corporate legacy media, then when they put him in the tomb, they're gonna send him in the fucking rotunda, and then you're gonna watch his funeral procession for another fucking week. A one-term piece of shit president. I mean, if you watch mainstream or cable news media that's not Fox News, you'll have to watch this shit for 2 fucking weeks guaranteed. And they're gonna praise what a wonderful man that led us through the Chinese plague they probably fucking released on us. Oh yeah. Oh, getting a little toasty there, huh? A bit, I'd say. A bit there. So, am I gonna watch the 2 weeks of the Joe Biden funeral? No, I'm gonna do this. Jack off. I'm gonna take a shit. That's what he deserves. Watch this fucking Biden motherfucker. I don't watch that shit anymore. Yeah, I heard a rumor they're gonna try to run Kamala again. She's already what, 64 years old? I mean, you're not over the hill once you're 64 years old. I'm not saying you're done, but will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I play my Nintendo 64? That's for my millennial generation there. And also, well, that's for the baby boomer generation. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? That's the Beatles, if you don't know. When I'm 64, that's from the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. Yeah. Got any Beatles fans out there? Yeah. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me? when I'm 64. Do, do. Yeah, catchy tune, huh? Oh, yeah. Well, why was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris defeated ultimately? Because you can't lie that fucking long. You can't steal and be corrupt that fucking long without getting called on it, without a reckoning. And that's what they got. Now, it turns out that you can't lie and steal in Washington and Wall Street indefinitely. You can't rip off the American people and the American public ad infinitum, infinitely, without consequences. So that's what the Democrat Party, they faced a reckoning in their party, in a referendum by the American people. When the American voter, the American people realized that the people that we voted for weren't working for us. And for that, they're going to pay. And they're going to pay a long time for their election steal. They're going to pay a lot for people losing faith in government. They're going to pay a long time for that. The Democrat Party is not just going to pay until 2026. They're not just going to pay until 2028. They're going to pay at least until the next decade. At least, if they could recover. I do not predict the Democrats are going to retake the U.S. House of Representatives in 2026. I don't see that happening. They could do Sam Bankman fraud. They could do money laundering schemes. They could do all sorts of corrupt schemes and steal and rig. Maybe they got another virus from Bill Gates in the lab ready in China or something. But if they released another virus, they would be so fucked. Like the global liberal world order would be totally fucked, the elites. So John Kerry and Al Gore and Bill Clinton, they would be fucked. Barack Hussein Obama, Joseph R. Biden, they would be so fucked. Hillary Clinton, the whole lot. If they tried something like that again. Yeah. All right. Get some OJ. Oh, yay. Get the Pro A. Yeah. Ooh. Get a little OJ. Oh, yay. OJ. Oh, yay. Okay. Nice, Dom. Okay. Basically, what Barack Hussein Obama was trying to do and Joe Biden and the Clintons, they were trying to create a permanent power with their families as the dynasty heads. And the American Constitution will not allow to have a king and a queen or some kind of monastic dynasty in our republic. Now, there could be a way that the Democrat Party tries to create a monarchy. They could just run their children in the future. And then it's perfectly for a new person, doesn't matter what your name is, to run for higher office. So they could try that. Run a Clinton, an Obama, not very popular. They could try to run, the Kennedy clan is still trying to cling to power. They're going to occasionally try to run a Kennedy every now and then. Okay. All right, so since some of the Schwarzeneggers, the Shivers, the Kennedys are natural born citizens, and they're not Robert Kennedy and they're not John Fitzgerald Kennedy, then they can run because those are new people, even though they have the family name, the family heritage. So, I mean, if they chose to run, I'm saying they're legally able to do so. It does not mean they would be elected. It means that they could do it. So, like if Barron Trump went into politics, let's say when he was over 35 and he ran for president, he legally could do that. Would I vote for Barron Trump? Well, I mean, if his daddy does a great job, then, well, why not? I mean, you don't really want a dynastic situation going on because then the family would feel like they're somehow royalty or a monarchy. So you kind of don't want that though. Like not ideally. Anyways. That's what you told me to do. Love you. Gone. Love you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I just broke my piece of bacon in half, laid it on top, and it
Yeah.
looked like a piece of pizza.
Hooray.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
The most important news at the best price. Slate lets you do that.
Woo. Dawn is chilling, bro. Hell yeah. Get it down. Yeah, I did think about it, but it's not a thing I think about often though, but it is a reality that I have to realize that if you have a, YouTube channel is that, there's a lot of kids out there without fathers and they might be watching this to try to find a surrogate father. And that's very sad, So, yeah, I do find that very sad in a way, but that young boys might be watching this and might be, you know, looking at me as some sort of father figure instead of their own fathers. And that's, you know, that's a sad thought to think about. That they have a shitty father, or an absent, or the father's gone, you know, or something like that. Or, you know, they feel neglected. And that's that's a sad reality, but you know, how many children out there are neglected and not being taken care of properly by their mother and father? Probably a lot. And not being supervised. Probably a hell of a lot. And so just a sad thought, but I had thought about that before.